There we go. Hello, everyone. I fixed my microphone. Let's go. Let's go. We're here, Millwall Cov, as you can see there. 1-1 draw. Big fucking serve to get the goal. I feel like it's going to be a 0-0 game, I won't lie, but I don't want to back a 0-0. I never back a 0-0. Has to be a score draw. Do you know what I mean? Like, there we go. So we got about 10 minutes till kick-off. And looking at the stats, not the stats, but like, you know what I mean. Looking at like the pre-match stuff. We've gone with this as our starting lineup, which is a weird one. Ballo, Langstaff, Aziz, Smallbone, Bangor, Williams, Sturge, Leonard, Caleb Taylor, and Max Crocombe. The bench. No Coburn in the squad. Fucking come on. And we got Big Wes starting the game. We got Big Wes starting the game. It'll probably be Negley will definitely be the other side. And Maku on the left. Kondo in the 10. Masisako and Mitchell. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, there's no Luongo in the squad either. So maybe he's got like a little bit of a niggle. Who knows? Don't know, not 100% fit. Ball 3, dive 3, yeah. Look, I think it's going to be 0-0, but you can't back a 0-0. Like, come on. I think I'll be happy with the draw. I'm pretty much expecting a loss for tonight, I won't lie. But we did do these in the cup when they had pretty much a strong 11 as well. Obviously bringing on 5 of their main starters. And they still couldn't get the win over us. But I'm glad Wes Harding starts. Serb starts, just been given a new contract. Hopefully that's the kick up the arse that we need or that he needs. Negley, Amaku, Kundal, the midfield attacking trio. And we obviously have a bench of Max Crocombe, Caleb Taylor, Ryan Leonard, Zach Sturge, Bangor, Williams, Smallbone, Aziz, Langstaff and Ballo. 4 attacking wingers / midfielders on the bench. I don't know how we're going to fit them all in, to be honest. I don't think we're going to be able to. Like, being realistic. But it's nice. I don't have my mobile data. I can use my phone without the stream bottoming out. Obviously, I'm in somewhere different just for today. Saturday will be back in my own place. Still waiting for the players to come out, of course. But a win tonight puts us above Coventry. And, depending on how West Brom, QPR and Ipswich do tonight, could see ourselves, well, not Ipswich, but QPR and West Brom. Depending on how QPR and West Brom get on tonight, could see us as high as 3rd. Which would be a very, very good start for us. And if we win by 1 goal, we'd be 3rd with a negative goal difference. Classic Millwall. But a win puts us as high as 3rd. We are guaranteed at least 5th if we win, regardless of the other results. If QPR and West Brom both fail to win, then we are 3rd. If one of them win, then we're 4th. And then 5th if both of them win. QPR play Oxford, West Brom have Norwich, Ipswich play... Who did Ipswich? Ipswich don't play. They were meant to play Blackburn and had their game cancelled. I just realised. It is just... Portsmouth, Watford, another game, but they're near the bottom. But I have got all 4 scores available here for when the goals do go in. We are awaiting the players who are currently stood in the tunnel. We have around, from what it looks, about 2,000 fans in the stadium. Just by looking at the Dockers stand. I think it's the Dockers stand. I always get my stands mixed up. It's always Barry Kitchener and the Dockers always get mixed up between them. I don't sit there, I sit Coldblow Lane. So it's always Coldblow Lane and then the North stand. It is the Dockers stand. Okay, I am a genius. It trips me up. Like, I'm pretty confident I know it anyway. I am right, but I always second guess myself. But we are waiting for the players to come out. There's not a lot of fans here. Would have loved to have gone tonight, but unfortunately I'm not able to. Obviously, I think it's the Norwich game. No, QPR Oxford is the 8 o'clock kickoff for tonight. Newcastle just won 4-0 in the Champions League. And other than that, we've only got other National League ties, no League 1 or 2 tonight. Or any kind of cup action. So we literally have the Championship, the Champions League, and the National League for English sides. Coventry, obviously our third, flying high at the top of the table, yet to lose a game, crucially. 3 wins, 4 draws, 18 goals scored, 7 conceded. But our defensive record is quite good. 5 of our 8 goals came in our 2 losses. So, if we're looking at the other 5 games, we've conceded just 3 times, sorry. Against Charlton. Let me find out. I can't remember off the top of my head. Charlton, Swansea. And players are coming out the tunnel now. And Norwich opening day, yeah, forgot about that. We're the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. Oh! Coventry in their home strip, as are we, of course. Got the Sky Blues against the Navy Blues. Come on. I'm weirdly excited for this, but I'm also quite nervous. Because I feel like... I don't know, I do feel like we should be expecting a loss here, realistically. But Millwall under the lights at the Den, you always feel like we could get something. You have, like, every time we play at home, we've not had the best of home records so far, but even we could go lose 5 in a row. But that 6th home game, we're thinking that we could probably do something. We're going to feel like that regardless, as I think most teams would. But we've already beaten them once, and that might be enough to give Coventry some kind of incentive to beat us more. Obviously, Alex Neil's already got the better of Frank Lampard once, and now we see names like Bobby Thomas and Liam Kitchen, who I think were on the bench for that game, and obviously Hadji Wright, who was also on the bench for that game and did eventually score from the spot. We now see them start, and we've got them at us from the very beginning, rather than for the half hour left of the game. But again, I'm confident somewhat. I feel like this is definitely our toughest test of the season so far, in my opinion. Like, Middlesbrough fans might feel some type of way about that statement. but I have a feeling that they're like Coventry are going to be well and truly up there come the end of the season. And even then, like we've not really played anyone else specifically in the league. Forget the cup. But a good performance is all I want. If we lose the game, we lose the game. Make sure we got our timer. And obviously, Millwall kicking towards the north stand and Coventry to the Coblo Lane end. So Millwall from right to left. Still waiting on who's going to take it. It will be a Coventry kick-off for us to start the game. Lewis Smith is the referee. Again, much like the referee at the weekend, I haven't heard of him. So could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. But after the refereeing performance on Saturday for Swansea, well, against Swansea, realistically, like Swansea were denied 2 potential penalties. And you'd think they would feel hard done by, but at the same time, I'm sure we felt the same way at times. Waiting on the referee to get us underway. Can he blow his whistle? Matt Grimes stood over the ball, waiting for the... What's it called? Referee waiting for the time, and we are underway. For the start of the first half as they go long. Amaku wins the header. Amaku is on the left-hand side and Negley is on the right, as I thought. Ball launched forward by Van Eyck and is cleared away by Cooper. Ball now out on the left with De Silva. Goes back inside to Grimes, I think that was. Now, Torp. Sick. Nice. Cheers, lads. And the ball goes out of play for a Millwall throw. Oh, sat on my legs. Ball from De Silva wasn't the best. In for Thomas Asante, he went out for a throw, which Harding will take. Launches one up the line, looking for Ivanovic. Ivanovic kind of miscontrols it. The pass aside is picked up by Mitchell, who looked to switch it to a Marco, but it was blocked. Sakamoto played it inside. It's a good tackle by Mazu Sako, but Torp still has the ball, gives it out wide to Thomas Asante. Back to De Silva, inside to Grimes. Looking for a forward pass, finds it in Torp. Negley manages to win the ball back. Mazu Sako gives it back to Harding, almost a hospital pass. Harding manages to get it under control. Tries to play it up the line, and it goes out of play for a Cov throw. Just thrown short to Grimes, gives it back to De Silva. Now Grimes again. Torp, first time passing to De Silva down on the left hand side. Negley in De Silva's face, so it goes back to Grimes. Really tight on that touchline, our Coventry. Grimes forced back to Kitching, now Thomas. Van Eyck for support, but goes back to Rushworth. Hello, Fred, mate. How you doing? What are you thinking for tonight's game? Cooper heads forward, touched aside by Marco. It's given away by Marco, but one back by Marco. Now Millwall can get on the front foot. Ivanovic had made the run, but Marco chose to ignore it. Tried to go alone, tried to use his run to move into the space, but another Cov player came across. I think it was Kitchen that came across as Thomas went with the run of Ivanovic. That's good movement from Ivanovic, and we've not seen that so far from him this season, to be fair. I would like to see more of Ivanovic in this game. Now he's got his contract sorted. Big pressure from Kundal. Ivanovic putting pressure on Rushworth as he goes long. Cooper chests it down. Mazu Sako back to Brian. Goes across to Kramer. 2-1 Millwall win. Yeah, like you've always got to have that belief in your head, didn't you? Like, in my opinion, I think a draw would be a good point. I feel like Coventry are definitely our toughest test so far this season. I know we have beaten them once, but it wasn't the cup. And yes, both teams did rotate, and they did throw on the majority of their first team players off the bench. Oh, Negley has just received it from, what's it called? Negley received it from Harding, tried to slide in Ivanovic in behind, but it was just a little bit too far ahead of him. Couldn't run on the end of it. Goes through to Rushworth. Coburn is going to score 2 goals. Fred, Coburn's not in the squad. He didn't make the matchday squad. So our only striker on the bench is Langstaff. Yeah, I feel like a draw would be a good point. I'm expecting a loss realistically. But yeah, as you said there, like we got to make sure that regardless of what happens, we need that performance there. And if we can get away with a point, that's good pressure from Brian. And it's filling its way to Mitchell, who gives it to Negley down on the right-hand side. Got no one in the box. Now he does, pulls it across, but it's straight at Rushworth. Couldn't wrap his foot around it, Negley. And a cross goes straight into the arms of the keeper. But yeah, we've got to make sure that regardless of what happens, no one leaves here with all 3 points. But yeah, we're looking very comfortable on the ball so far. When they've had the ball, we've not looked panicky at all. I know we're only 5 minutes in. Ivanovic flagged offside. Yep, there he is. Yeah. I was quite surprised that he left Coburn out completely, to be fair. Considering he just done, what, 88 minutes? Was it 88 that he got taken off for? I think he got taken off for Bangor Williams on the 88th minute against Swansea. I think it was that late. It might have been the 83rd. But like, he's basically done almost 90 minutes. So like, you wouldn't think there'd be like an injury issue. I feel like it is just purely tactical with all the players that are coming back from injury. Good tackle from Mitchell. He has played it off the Cov midfielder, Torp, and it does go out for a Millwall throw on the far side. But I feel like Harding, I'm pleasantly surprised that he's put Harding in. I'm glad he has. I feel like we've been screaming that we needed a new right back for ages, but none of us have rarely ever seen Harding in the league, so it'll be interesting to see how he performs. Brian gives it to come down the left-hand side. But it is going to be, like, it's nice that Mitchell's back, and I'm surprised that Luongo doesn't feature at all. And he'll be offside. I think it was Harding, yeah, he's offside. Just went a little too far. But Mitchell gives us that calmness in midfield. And obviously Mazzucco over Luongo. Look, I think Mazzucco deserves it, don't get me wrong. But I'm surprised that such a young, raw talent is starting instead of Luongo. But Luongo's not even in the squad either. So maybe there's some underlying issues there. Maybe something's happened in training with Coburn and Luongo. I don't know. I'm not part of the staff. But I don't mind the team sheet. I like the team sheet on paper. It's just about playing well. And that's all I care about. There's no commentator, by the way. I just want to let it be known. Ball swung in. It's over Sakamoto's head. Van Eyck sprinting across to keep it in. And he manages to do so. Now has a marker in his face. Fakes the cross. Now puts the cross in. It's over Bender. And Kramer does well to head it behind. Bender was caught in 2 minds. It was just a little too high for him. Amaku had jumped from the initial cross. But Van Eyck just dragged the ball past him. Then put a good ball in. Bender caught in 2 minds. It's gone over him. And Kramer there. If Kramer's not there, then it's 1-0 Cov. Good defender from Kramer. And you've got to say, he is by far, he's already in the running for player of the season. And we're 7 games in. Now 8 games in. He's so good. Might I say, or dare I say, better than... Oh my word, how's that not gone in? I don't know if it was a foul. But I was going to say, dare I say, Kramer's better than Tanganga. The corner came in all the way to the back post. Bender's ended up on the floor. And there's Thomas Asante at the back post. And he just side foots it into the side netting. He should score. Got away with one there. I'm not sure if there was a foul on Bender anyway that the referee would have ended up giving, but got to be defensively better from set pieces there. Coventry have picked it up in midfield again. Thomas Asante pulled back by Hardin. You think he's going to get a yellow? You think he's going to get an early yellow card here? It is only 9 minutes into the game, but the referee I think has let it go. But in my opinion, probably should be given a yellow card for that. It's not really a shooting position from this free kick, just a little too wide and maybe a bit too far out. The cross does come in, it's headed away and helped on by Marku, but it's blocked by De Silva, I think it was. And there's a Millwall player holding his face. I can't tell if that's Cooper or Kramer. There's two Millwall players down. It's Kramer and Brian that are both down. And I think we had the ball. It was actually a contested ball, but the ball was in the area when he blew the whistle. So it should go back to our goalkeeper as per the new laws for this year. It got brought in, grab a 2-1 win. Be tough, but I believe in the game for the boys. Yeah, you've always got, you'll always have that belief, especially like at home, regardless of, I said it before, regardless of our home form, we'll always go to our home game thinking that we can beat anyone. Because history has shown we can beat anyone. Alex Neil just talking to his backroom staff there. Don't see any players readying up, so it feels like both of them should be able to continue. Kramer is up and walking and is moving away, but most of the medical attention is now to Brian. So we have an early stoppage in play, which will probably put at least 2 or 3 minutes on at the end of the half. I think Brian's going to have something on his head. I think he might be bleeding. So he might have to play with a bandage on his head. The last time I remember a Millwall player playing with a bandage on his head was one Steve Morrison. Bandaged Steve Morrison was a different beast. Still down receiving treatment is Brian. Hopefully he doesn't have to go off for 30 seconds because it's clear he's being patched up. But thankfully it's a stoppage so early into the game and rather than late into the game that tired legs are going to have to like keep warm and stuff. But don't see Zach Sturge, just kind of getting some instructions from Alex Neil. But we don't see Sturge at all. Sturge still on the bench that I know of, or he might be out warming up, but no plans to replace Joe Bryan as of yet. Brian has something in his hair. I can't see what it is. It's just a plaster across his head. And Brian has to go off for 30 seconds, I think. But you can see on the collar of his shirt, obviously we have the white collar, that he has been bleeding on it. So he might be replacing his shirt here. I think he is. Yeah. Brian's going to have to replace his shirt. Now Brian's off the pitch. We can get the game restarted with a drop ball at Bender's feet. keeping the one go fit, and that's stems from belief in the squad. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I feel like it's a good thing as a manager to have a headache about your selection. It's always a good thing. Like, as a manager, Cooper heads it forward, Ivanovic touched it down, it's intercepted, played forward by Coventry. Is Thomas Asante, who's come across to the right hand side, tries to cut back, Billy Mitchell knocks it into touch. But it's always a good thing as a manager to have a headache about your selection. I think that's Vaseline in Joe's hair. Rotation keeps us throat. Yeah. That, and it gives vital minutes to players in the squad that might not necessarily get them all the time. So when it's time for the December crunch time, like the December into January, where we've got a lot of fixtures in a short period of time, Cooper's been fouled. When it comes to that crunch time, everyone's got minutes. Everyone's got that match sharpness about them. So it's definitely a good thing to have multiple players that are out of the squad just because we can't play them and we can't fit them in, rather than being injured the whole season. Mazzucco tackles it into Negli. Negli chops inside, gives it back to Mazzucco. Had Mitchell for support, but Eccles came back and blocked off the pass. Joe Bryan goes up the line into Kundal. One touch, gives it to Marco, plays it into Joe Bryan first time. In a crossing position, puts it across. Not the best of balls. It's cleared away. Goes over at Marco. Sakamoto just holding on to Marco there. And the ball's ended off the pitch. And there will be a Coventry throw. Thrown up the line. It's over Eccles' head. It might have been top, I'm not entirely sure. Michael tries to backheel. Coventry player slips and it goes out of play for a Millwall throw. Midway through our half on the near side. Joe Bryan into Kundal. Puts it over Sakamoto. And Bryan with the switch. It's a good ball over towards Harding. Harding has a lot of space to bring it down and move forward. Looks for the ball in behind for Ivanovic. Negli couldn't get his touch sorted after the Coventry defender got it away. Coventry can come forward. A stroke of luck there from Kitchen. And Sakamoto tripped. And I think Bryan's going to receive the first yellow card. Yes, he is. Sakamoto just like got into his stride a little bit, and Bryan just leaving his leg there. Just think Harding should have had one, and I think in letting that one go, the referee has then give Bryan the yellow card. Why do I look so like slanted? Like I feel like that looks fine, but then like the way the sofa is making it look like I'm diagonal. Bit of a ricochet, the ball launched forward by a Coventry player, and it's into Bender's arms. Throws it out to Harding, up the line to Negli. He's got two players in support, but goes inside to Mitchell, who switches it across to Bryan. Gives it into Marco's feet, touches it inside, takes another couple of touches, gets past Van Eyck. Bryan into Kundal, tries to turn up against Sakamoto, manages to get back to Bryan. It's a lovely ball into a Marco. Flag stays down. Marco down the left-hand side, puts a low ball in to the back post. Harding's there, pulls it back across. He probably should have gone for goal, Harding. The angle was tight regardless. And the ball back across is smothered away by Coventry. Thomas Asante trying to drag Coventry up the pitch. Good link-up play down the left-hand side, though, for Millwall. Something we don't really say that often. Good link-up play from us. Ari, to be fair, we look good, to be fair. I'm very happy with the performance so far. Coventry haven't done much to threaten us. We've had a couple of chances inside, we've had a couple of touches inside their box, or half chances. Bryan gives it away stupidly to Van Eyck. Now Sakamoto down the right-hand side. Up 1-on-1 with Bryan. Goes down the outside, pulls it across. Oh, and that should be a pen. No, the referee waves it away. Blocked by Cooper. The shot comes in, and it's put wide. I thought it was a save. Let's have a look at this then. Should Coventry have had a penalty? I think it's Eccles or it's Torp. One of the two are still down. It's Torp. Sakamoto, one-on-one with Brian. Takes it down the outside, cuts it back across. And to be fair, Mitchell does go straight through the back of him. It's a good block by Cooper. And then the resulting shot, it's off the post. Coventry have hit the post. But I can't see the point of contact. Hopefully this will be a better angle for me. No, I still can't see the point of contact on the Coventry player. I cannot say for certain whether it was a pen or not. I think it's a 50-50 there. If he gives it, you can't complain. But if he doesn't, then you can't see if there's enough contact. Mazzucco with a lovely switch out to Harding down the right-hand side. Negley busting the gut to get in front of him. Into Ivanovic's feet. It's a good turn. Wide to Amarku into the box. Takes a touch inside. Looks for the far corner. It looked like it was going wide anyway. But it's blocked out for a throw on the near side. Ready for a Joe Bryan long throw, maybe. Good play again from Millwall. Managed to get it into Ivanovic's feet. It's a lovely touch and a lovely turn. Got out to Amarku. Just touched it inside. Had a lot of space to work in. Looked to try and find the far corner. It did look like it was going to go wide. Brian throws it short and then receives it back off Kundal. Goes back to Mitchell. Now back to Cooper. Sweeps it across to Kramer. Harding and Negley in support down the right-hand side. Kramer gives it to Negley, who's forced back to Bender. Now across to Cooper. Goes up the line long. Nodded down by Kundal, but doesn't find a Millwall shirt. It's in between Marco and Brian. And out for a throw. But yeah, Harry, we're pretty good. I'm liking the performance so far. In a game that we're probably expecting a loss. Let's be honest. This is definitely our toughest test so far this season. This will be the hardest game that we've played. I feel like we look good. Long throw comes. Cooper wins the header. Negley touches it down. Got a bit of time to find Mazzucco. Now Harding touches it inside to create a bit of space. Mitchell back to Cooper. And he's got time to assess his options and then gives it into the feet of Amarku. But I think Van Eyck just put him off. If Amarku was able to trap it, Van Eyck went for it and missed it about a yard or two in front of Amarku. But if Amarku is able to trap that and take it in his stride, then he's in down the left-hand side. Ball spread by Coventry, but Harding just shields it out. Good play from Harding. Just throws it to Negley. Harding into Mazzucco. Now Negley. Now goes back to Kramer. Got a bit of time. Goes across to Cooper again. A lot of time to assess his options. Gives it across back to Kramer. Mazzucco picks it up in midfield, goes to Negley, who's adopting the narrow role that we're used to seeing. Now Mitchell and Mill come down the left-hand side. Brian, Mitchell under pressure from Eccles. West Brom have taken the lead against Norwich. It's now West Brom 1, Norwich 0. Josh Maggio with the goal. Brian first time passing to Kundal, who gives it through for Amarku up against Van Eyck, one of the quickest fullbacks in the league, and Amarku gets past him. And it is out for a corner. So that's going to be a very, very interesting battle between Van Eyck and Amarku, two of the quickest players in the league in their respective positions. But Mill will have our first corner of the game on this near side. It will be an in-swinger from Amarku. I've been pleasantly surprised at his corners recently. It seems like he's indoctrinated himself as the main corner taker while Doughty's out injured. Corner comes in. It's a lovely ball, but keeper does come and catch it. Throws it out quickly. Looking for the runner, Thomas Asante. Mazzucco comes across to sweep up. Gives it back to Negley. I think it was. Well, it's Joe Bryan, sorry. Now Harding down the right-hand side. Negley in ahead of him. Could pull it back across. Negley cuts back. Chips it in with his left foot. It's just over Kundal's head. If that's Ivanovic, it's 1-0. Kundal made the run round the back. And it just evades the top of his head, Kundal. Only trying to touch goalwards and it's basically in. If that's Ivanovic there, it's in. Brilliant play down the right-hand side. It's a lovely touch by Negley to take it back and away from De Silva. It's just above Kundal's head. Brilliant ball from Harding to find Negley in the first place. An equally good cross. And yeah, if that's Ivanovic, that's 1-0. Coventry City have a throw on the halfway line on the far side. Couple 1-2s, and then they're forced back to Kitchen. And now Thomas receives it from Rushworth. Now back to Rushworth. Millwall really disciplined in the press at the moment. Coming across closing the angle when it's needed, forcing them to go long as they have done. But it is a good switch out left by Coventry. Now Thomas Asante looking to run at Harding. Harding just doesn't let him pass, puts it out of play for the throw. It's a good tackle. Thomas Asante with the throw finds Grime. Flick inside to Eccles. Eccles goes down. I thought that was a little theatric from him, I won't lie. But Coventry have the free kick in a decent shooting position. Nah, to be fair, yeah, good decision for the referee. But it's a good position for Torp. A lot of space and good enough distance for him to get it up and then down. Let me just like try and move the camera down, sort of like that. There we go, that's better. And then can I move it across? There we go, that's better. Torp with the free kick then. Goes up and down, but straight at Bender, down the middle of the goal. Bender trying to evade Hadji Wright before moving the ball away, but then just throws it out to Kramer. Goes long, it's a higher pass, looking for somewhere near Ivanovic, and Ivanovic put enough pressure on Kitchen. He's forced to put it into touch for the throw. Touchdown by Harding. Leaves it for Negley, goes back to Mazusako. First time pass, lovely one-touch football from Millwall. And we've swept it out from Mitchell to Brian. Into Amaku, got Kundal for support. Amaku cuts it back, moves infield, plays it into Ivanovic's feet, whose flick is a little too heavy for Kundal. But it's some good ideas from Millwall, playing some nice football. Again, just need to get that last pass, that final pass right. Because once we can do that, tell you what, we've been 1 or 2 up by now. Long ball from the goal kick. Hadji Wright loses out and Cooper gives it back to Bender, who goes long. It's over Kundal, headed forward by, I think it was Kitchen, and it's found its way to Brian somehow. Amaku. Dispossessed. No. Wait, which way has it gone? Referee doesn't have a clue. And the liner has given it our way. So, here's a Millwall throw. Mitchell driving at the Coventry players, then gives it to Cooper, who's wide on this left-hand side. Plays it into the channel. Marku flicks it inside, but again, it's always in between 2 Millwall players. We just can't get it to the feet of one of them. There's a lot of space on the left-hand side for Thomas Asante. Hadji Wright forced to go to the right, where it was Eccles who was there. Mazusako. Been blocked off by Negley was blocked off by De Silva there. As he tried to play it into Mazusako for the 1-2. And again, the referee is given the advantage. Now here's Kundal. Wide to Brian. Amaku ahead of him, of course. Gives it in behind for Ivanovic, but the pass isn't the best. And the goalkeeper lets it go out for a goal kick. Wasn't sure if he was offside, Ivanovic. Probably was. But coming up to the first half hour of the game, I'll say, we've been the better team. Obviously, Coventry have that quality. So we have to be aware every time they come forward. Keeper goes long, right with the flick on. Kramer does well. No, Kramer's lost it. Thomas Asante into the box, goes round the keeper, pulls it across, and Hadji Wright taps home. What was I just saying? You've got to be careful every time Coventry come forward because they have that quality. And it's poor from Kramer. Flick on from Hadji Wright. Kramer takes one look and sees Thomas Asante there. Fakes to go back to Bender. Doesn't. Tries to touch it inside. Thomas Asante nicks it. And he just takes it wide, takes it around the keeper and pulls it across. And Hadji Wright makes it 1-0. Not fucking good enough. And for once, the player who's probably been our best player of the season so far has made a crucial mistake. And ultimately leads to us being 1-0 down. Just need to carry on as we are. We've been the better team so far. Just need to carry on as we were. Such a stupid goal to concede. Fuck's sake. And Bender's put it out of play for a throw. Fuck me. I don't understand. I get it, we're a goal down, but every time that we've got a goal down this season, it seems like we just fucking capitulate and turn into a bunch of fucking idiots. Not good enough. And it's come from our own mistake. Honestly, I promise, try and find that goal because it's so bad. You cannot be conceding goals like that at this level. It's not good enough. Brian moving forward. Gives it into a Marku. Back to Brian, inside to Mitchell. Hadji Wright up his arse, so turns out and gives it wide to Kramer. And Kramer, again, it's another poor pass. I don't know what Kramer's doing. I don't even know what he's trying to do with that one. And somehow he's got lucky and it's come off the Coventry player. Gone out for a throw. Harding gives it to Mitchell, back to Kramer. Goes long. Away by Kitchen, and now Coventry come forward. And then they go back. Van Eybeek across to Thomas. No, he leaves it for Rushworth. Who goes long. Brian with a free header. Touchdown by Kundal. First time pass out wide to a Marku. Is way over here, and he's not getting anywhere near that. Flipped on by Eccles to Cooper's path. Mitchell back to Bender. Given away again. Kramer intercepts and then passes it away from Harding. Manages to play it off the Coventry player and out for a Millwall throw. Harding assessing his options. does give it to Negley, who loses out to the 3 Coventry players surrounding him. And De Silva just plays it off Negley's leg and out for a throw. It's just so infuriating, like the manner of the goals we concede. Look at all the goals we've conceded this season and tell me where we've conceded a genuinely quality goal. There's one, maybe two. Kitchen heads forward. Mitchell heads it back to where it came from. Kundal jumps but loses out. Marky plays it into Ivanovic, who was apparently offside. He definitely wasn't. Delano wasn't up with play, by the way. So I don't know how he would have seen that, considering he was still running back to try and get there. But he definitely wasn't offside. He started off, then moved back on. But he was very clearly onside when the ball was played. But not that it mattered because Coventry had possession of the ball anyway. Rushworth across to Thomas. Launches one over the top, looking for Hadji Bright. Cooper wins his header. Mitchell. Now Negley. No movement ahead of him, really. But Negley finds Kundal. Takes it away from the Coventry defender, then chips it around Thomas Asante to Harding. Puts a deep cross in, looking for Ivanovic. Send it away to the edge. Mitchell places it into... Oh, my God. Mitchell with a lovely pass, and Negley just flicks a fucking leg at it because he's flat-footed. Had Negley been on his toes, it wasn't too hard. He would have been able to run onto it. He's headed away. Mitchell with a lovely pass into him. Oh, it's his touch. It's his touch. It's a poor touch. And the Coventry fans singing at Millwall fucking useless. Well, not exactly wrong, are they? Defensive errors, attacking errors. Fuck me, you're full of errors. What? Fucking hell. The ball was in the air for about 5 seconds from Negley's header, and no one went to try and win it. Harding was his header and goes out to play for a throw. Mitchell and Kramer not talking, getting in each other's way. Somehow managed to come away with the ball. It's touched wide by Mitchell, who was held back. And now Amaka's offside. No, yeah, he is. I don't know why the linesman took so long to flag it. Amaka took 3 touches before the lino flagged it. Rushworth goes long. Cooper wins his header. Maku runs to retrieve the ball, trying to fight off Van Eyck, Maku's being pulled about by him. And Maku manages to play it off of Van Eyck out for a Millwall throw. Condor with the switch. It's not a good enough pass again. Massively under hit. Coventry come forward again. Thomas Asante with a heavy touch. Kramer didn't need to put it to touch. He could have just shielded it out, played for a throw. But Kramer clears it for a Coventry throw. They've had 8 touches in our box, and about 5 of them was from their goal. Van Eyck to take the throw on the far side. Looking for a long throw into the box. And it's a high one that has no distance on it. And somehow he's managed to beat two players. Kitching back post, actually right head to cross, and he is offside. And it's a brilliant save by Bender in the first place. Sakamoto miles offside. No, not Sakamoto. I think it was Hadji right at the back post, so it was Thomas Sante, one of them. Was offside at the back post. Sakamoto tapped it to an empty net at the second time. It was a really good save initially from Bender. Not that it mattered because, well, they were offside. Eccles concedes a free kick. We're looking at it again. Somehow Kitchen managed to dribble into the box, pulled it back for Thomas Sante. It was Hadji right at the back post. Miles offside, headed it back across to a dangerous area. Brian with a slide rule passing behind. It was nowhere near Ivanovic. I might as well. Every time I watch this, bruv, I just want to turn it off. Honestly. It's just simple fucking passes. You got ex-Premier League footballers that can't make fucking 5-yard passes anymore. Yeah, get up, you prick. Cundle wide to Brian. Into Mitchell. Now Cundle. And Marco better get on fucking side. Clear and obviously onside. Mitchell with the switch to Hardin, who was offside. For fuck's sake! Fuck off, man! There's no fucking excuse! No fucking excuse! If you can see the whole fucking line, you should not be offside. Harding and Marco. The pair of them. You shouldn't be offside when you can see all across the back four of Coventry. You know where they are. You can see the line. Stay behind it, man. It's not fucking good enough. Up and down the fucking pitch. We go 1-0 down and we turn to a bunch of retards. Why? This makes no fucking sense. We was on top in the game. They score a stupid fucking goal because we can't fucking... Hadji Wright's just been booked for time wasting. But we concede a stupid fucking goal because we don't play simple. And then we turn into a bunch of spastics who can't make a 2-yard pass. Everything about us since we've conceded has been fucking shit. And Marcus give it away again. Torp inside to Eccles. Now right. Wide to Sakamoto. Van Eyck. Back to Thomas. Van Eyck tries to pass inside. Kramer steps in and gives it to Mazusako. Now Negley. Closed down by Thomas Asante. Took too long on the fucking ball. Didn't release it quick enough and we've lost possession again. Rushworth goes long. Kramer wins the header. Kundal wins his header. Gets a shove in the back. No foul apparently. Kundal manages to pick up the loose ball from Mazusako and Eccles jump in. Switch play towards Marco. He doesn't find him. The pass forward from Van Eyck does find Mitchell though. Turns out, goes into Cooper. Not enough fucking movement on this pitch. Not enough movement. Amaku's gone. Van Eyck's gone straight for the back of Amaku. Give me a sec. Okay. Just a quick one, just a quick phone call. Right. And Marcus finally got up and Brian stood over it. Brian Negley with the free kick. It's a low one to the near post, and it's flicked by Kundal but blocked by Van Avijk. Launches it long. Semi slices it into the channel, which is where he wanted it to go. Brian wins his header, which touched around by Sakamoto. And on the left is Thomas Asante, I think it was. Managed to get cut out by, I think it was, I don't know who it was. Mitchell with the switch towards Harding. Find out in a moment just how long we'll have added on. We should have about 3 minutes added on for Brian's injury and their goal. Harding in the channel, flicks it in behind, looking for Ivanovic, but nowhere near him again. And we have 4 minutes. There we go. Yeah. I knew there'd be at least 3. I felt like it might have been 4. Rushworth goes long. Harding wins his header, but it's straight at Kitching, who heads it back to where it came from, and both Hadji Wright and Kramer are both holding each other. You can't want a foul for that. They're doing it to each other. Kundal's touch isn't the best, and loses out. Rushworth goes long. Brian puts it back to the area it came from, but Thomas plays it out wide to Kitchen, now forward for the Silva. Now Brandon Thomas Asante. Thomas Asante makes just to get it past Mazusako just about. Now De Silva back to Kitchen. Cross to Thomas. Van Avijk in support, finds him. Forced back by Marku to Thomas. Now Rushworth. Now goes long. Looks to go over the top. Hadji Wright's going to get in there. And his touch is poor, thank fuck. Because he got the right side of the defenders. Mitchell. Should have went into Negley there. Brian with the switch towards Harding. Doesn't let the bounce get away from him, but his header touch was a little too hard. But Thomas Asante can't capitalise. Got a bit lucky. Got away with that one, Wes. Ball over the top, looking for a Marku to chase. Van Avijk gets goal side, and once you lose a race to him, he's in full control. Portsmouth 1, Watford 0 is a half-time scoreline. They've just hit half-time. What can I say? What can I say? Header forward. Just go straight back to the keeper. Keeper's clearance headed forward by Mazusako, straight to a Coventry player. Had all the time to try and find a dark blue shirt. Finds a light one instead. De Silva's header. Harding can let it go out of play and does. And then throws it back to Kramer. A little too static for my liking here. Kramer with the switch towards Amaku. Van Eyck heads it forward. Sakamoto tries to touch it past Brian and knocks it out of play for a throw. That's the one problem we have, is we're too static. We're too flat-footed. It's not good enough. There's no fucking movement. I'd literally much rather be doing anything else than watching this pile of shit. Which is nuts, because 20 minutes ago, I thought we were good. There goes the half-time whistle. Not fucking good enough. Not good enough. We were good for the first 28 minutes. Then we conceded. We have to be better. We've gone to one of the best teams in the league. Have come to us. We've outplayed them for the first half hour at times. It's been a pretty even game, and then you would say against the run of play, they've gone and nicked one because we're fucking stupid. Norwich 0, West Brom 1 is also half time. And I'm pretty sure, obviously, QPR Oxford is still 0-0. Obviously, kicked off at 8 o'clock. Looking at the stats, we've had more of the ball. They've had 6 shots, 2 on target. We've had 2 shots, none on target. They've had the one clear-cut chance, which was the goal they scored. And in terms of the game, pretty even. Looking at the stats. Yeah, it's pretty equal. 3 fouls committed apiece, 3 fouls won apiece, 1 yellow card apiece. Tackles, deflections, blocks, shots and stuff. We had 1 offside in the whole of the Swansea game, and we've had 5 in this first half. It's not good enough. But the stats are pretty even. We're going toe to toe with them, and we've been good. But the majority of the stats that they're having and that they've had have come from since they've scored. The last 20 minutes of the half has been piss fucking poor. I don't understand why. Like, I just wish. I know we're a goal down. I understand that. We're playing a team that will definitely be in the top 3 or top 4 come the end of the season. But fucking hell! It's not the end of the fucking world. Carry on like you was, and you'll get something from the game. But every time we fucking concede, we turn into a bunch of spastics. I'll be back for the second half at some point. Yeah, back in a bit. Unmuted, there we go. We are back. Half-time scores around the Championship are Millwall 0, Coventry 1, Norwich 0, West Brom 1, and Portsmouth 1, Watford 0, QPR 0, Oxford 0 is still ongoing, but they're about to be half-time. In the Champions League, Karabag beat Copenhagen 2-0. Union Saint-Gilloise lost 4-0 to Newcastle. It's currently Arsenal 1, Olympiacos 0, Barcelona 1, PSG 1, Leverkusen 0, PSV Eindhoven 0, Dortmund 1, Athletic Club Bilbao 0, Monaco 1, Man City have just scored to make it 2-1, Napoli 1, Sporting 0, and Villarreal 1, Juve 0. In the National League, Altrincham 0, Tamworth 0, Boston United 0, Forest Green 0, Brackley Town 0, Woodstone 1, Carlisle 1, Hartlepool United 0, Rochdale 0, Halifax Town 1, York City 0, Scunthorpe 1, QPR Oxford have just had the half-time whistle blow. So that is it for your scores at half-time. Still got 2 or 3 minutes until the second half kicks off. And we simply need to get the fact that we've conceded out of our fucking heads. We need to just carry on as if nothing's happened and it's still 0-0. Like it's the odd Sunday League cliche, I know. But we have to continue as if it's 0-0 because, unfortunately, every time we go a goal down, it's like the end of the fucking world. And we just turn into a bunch of retards. It's getting on my nerves. Because we were good up until that point. One mistake has turned us into a bunch of fucking step 10 players. I was very, very, very impressed and happy with how he was playing until we conceded. And unfortunately, we have conceded and turned into a bunch of wet wipes. But we need to shake it off, go again, and we need to turn the performance up. Harry, I was playing Scott Bowser. Did you do the hero pack earlier, Harry? I don't know how to feel. I got Tim Howard. Prem goalkeeper. Decent one at that. So I need to somehow try and fit him into the squad afterwards. We'll have to go through it in a bit. Maybe after this I'll go live if you're still awake. I have no fodder whatsoever. Yeah, I've used the last of my fodder. I forgot to use Chloe Kelly and I ended up using Russo. I packed a Buemo earlier though. He's like 20k. He looks decent. I have to try him out. Anyway, that's enough of the SE26 talk. Sorry for those of you that don't give a shit about that. Are here for the Millwall commentary. Still waiting for the COF players to come out. I think they're coming out now. Or is that's not the players, that's at least the staff coming out. The referee has made out the tunnel now. Maybe that's who we was waiting on. Maybe the COF players are already out. I didn't see. Nope, here come the COF players. Hello, Finn, mate. Look, let's be honest, yeah? We was always going into this with a loss in our minds, but the manner of the goal we conceded is what pisses me off. You've not done nothing in this game of note, really. Neither have we, but we've looked comfortable in the game until we conceded. And it's such a shit goal to concede. And I literally, at the moment we conceded, I was just saying about how we need to keep it on, keep the pressure on, but be very, very, very wary in defence because Coventry have the ability to turn it on, and when they turn it on, they're one of the best teams in the league. Cundle stood over it, ready to get the second half underway. And we're off for the second half. Cooper goes long into the right channel. And it's out to play for a Coventry throw. Watford have just equalised straight from their kickoff. Harding wins the header, but De Silva gets in there. Sakamoto touches it. Question of handball, but not given. Honestly, didn't see it, to be honest, myself. So Ivanovic heads it down. It's a weak header. Coventry come away with the ball. Mitchell puts Torp on the floor and gets himself a yellow card. I'm not entirely sure that challenge was worthy of a yellow card. I'll see it again. Maybe. It was Eccles that went down, not Torp. My bad. But Billy Mitchell earns himself a yellow card. Clive have an early free kick on the halfway line. It goes short. Played into the channel, looking for De Silva. It touches it down and past Harding. Puts the cross in. It's off the back of Kramer. And away to Negley. Needs to bring it down. Plays it into Cundle. It's a lovely ball out to him. Plays it out wide to past Van Eyck to Amarku. Can run down the left hand side. 1-on-1 with Van Eyck is Amarku. Goes down the outside after Van Eyck committed. Puts a low ball in across the 6-yard box and no one's there. Harding will retrieve it and gives it back to Mazusako. Intricate play down the right hand side. Mazusako puts the ball in and it goes out of play. Couldn't wrap his foot around it. And it's a Cov goal kick. But again, good play down the left hand side from Amarku. Baited Van Eyck into the challenge. Once Van Eyck had committed, he flicked it past him. Pulled it across. And Van Eyck just doesn't stick a leg out. I think he's scared of him being offside. Maybe Amarku hits it a bit too hard. Got to do better there again. We're getting into good positions, but just can't find the finish. Eccles brings it down, and Mitchell concedes the foul against him. Here's Thomas Asante. Tries to go past Harding and then pulls him to the floor. Trying to get past him. Referee gives a free kick. Bender looking to go long. And does. Ivanovic touches it down to Negley. Got nothing ahead of him. Just goes back to Harding, who subsequently plays it off of Eccles for the throw. Harding assessing his options. Forced to go back to Kramer. Touches it down, looks for the ball into the channel. De Silva heads it forward, back to where it came from. Keeper lets it go across his body and goes wide to Joe Bryan. Got a lot of time to assess his options. Does Joe Bryan. Goes inside to Mitchell. Negley's there waiting, but he goes for the switch pass to Harding. If he can keep it innocent. Oh, it's over here. Too far ahead of Harding. Good idea. Yes, John. Would be nice. Would be nice. Bit before my time, of course. But I would have been around my dad's time, to be fair. De Silva into Thomas Asante. Need to not give away a silly free kick here. We don't manage to get it back. Harding. Mazusako now. Harding again. Someone needs to get in the box so we can swing one in. Harding into Mitchell. It's a lovely pass. Mitchell sweeps it across to Brian. Goes forwards for a Marco. Van Eyck closes him down really quickly. Marco goes down the outside and cuts back. Gives it back to Brian. First time passing low into Kundal to Mitchell. Tries to dink one in. It's fucking stupid. There's no one fucking there. Cooper now plays it forward. Cooper goes down. No foul. Kundal 1-2 with Brian. Pulls it back across. Oh God, it just hits Cooper. What the fuck's he doing there? I think the intended pass was to Ivanovic, and it's just behind him. I'll have a better look at it here. Cooper comes forward, touches it wide. 1-2 from Kundal and Brian, pulls it back. It goes through Ivanovic's legs. It flicks up off the Coventry defender and just hits Cooper rather than Cooper directing it goalwards. And straight into the arms of the keeper, who's chipped Paul out wide to De Silva's paw. And Harden takes a quick throw to Negley down the right hand side, down to the byline, puts De Silva on the floor. Negley went for the shot, and it's blocked behind for a corner. Bad pressure from Millwall. This is better. Lovely ball into the channel from Negley. Does well to put De Silva on his arse. Needs to just chip it to the back post where Ivanovic showed a free header if he could get the pass right. But he looked at his options, hit it hard, and it's off a kitchen and behind for a corner. And Marco with the outswinger. Cooper being held with Thomas Asante. It's a poor corner, but it's an equally poor clearance. Kundal puts the ball back in, and it's a shot from Ivanovic, but the ref's whistle had already gone. Ivanovic, not really an overhead kick. The ball was more waist high for him. He was only going to get height on it, but ended up putting it over the bar. But Cooper committed the foul on Thomas Asante, I'm pretty sure. They're doing it to each other. That's the thing. I don't get why you can't give that as a foul. Allen coming on for Torp. So Torp making way for Joe Allen, who I didn't even know he was still playing football, to be fair. Former Liverpool, Swansea and Stoke midfielder. Now playing his trade at Coventry. He's a short midfielder, but gifted at his feet. With all the aerial duels that we've won, considering we've won 94% of our aerial duels, Ivanovic brings it down, just poor touch. And the clearance is headed by Cooper. Sakamoto giving chase to this, as is Brian. Pass back to Keeper was blocked off. Had to try and go forward. Sakamoto closed it down. Played it off for Brian. So play for a Coventry throw. Ball thrown in, and it's headed by a Coventry player, deemed by the referee, and it's out of play for goal kick. It was Kitching with the header, I think, at the near post. I think he tried to flick it on, but didn't redirect it in any way. And out of play for a throw. Farmer now. Mazusako. Nigley goes back. Got the best of passes back to Kramer. Volleyed forward. No one's really in the vicinity. And put out play by a Coventry midfielder. I think it was Allen. Watford have taken the lead against Portsmouth. And now somehow Coventry have had a throw. I looked down once. Silver's throw goes over Harding and finds its way to Eccles. And now Coventry have a throw. To Silva, Kramer gets across his man and puts it forward. Grimes touches it down. It's cleared away by Thomas. Kramer wins his header. Mitchell manages to get it back to Brian, but it's massively overhit. And it's over Brian's head. And out for a corner. Silly corner to give away again if they score from this. It's two stupid fucking mistakes. It's not good enough. Like, there's no need for Mitchell to hit it as hard as he did. Just a little touch back. He's not going to hit it past anyone or over anyone. He's just got to play it back. He's under pressure from his right hand side. He's just got to tap it back to his left. It's not hard. Corner goes in towards the back post. And somehow it doesn't go in. There is a foul against Bender from Thomas. I thought it might have been going in. But it was cleared away by, I think, both Massive Sacco and Kramer on the line. No, it was Harding. Managed to get it away. Wasn't as close as the camera led on. Negley puts it in the channel. It's not the best of passes. Harding and Thomas Asante have a little bit of a tiff in front of the lino, but in my opinion, it was 50-50. They both gave it. Ball into Kundal, couldn't get his feet out. And tackled out of play for a Coventry throw by Mitchell. Again, ball played into Kundal and just gets his touch stuck under his feet. Happens a few times. Long throw from Van Eyck. Cooper wins a header. Mazusaka tries to flick it on, but doesn't get much on it. Manages to come away with the ball. Bit of luck there. And then plays it into no one. Just rushing everything. Just don't need to. Just take your fucking time. Still got fucking 40 minutes, half hour left of this game. Harding puts out a play for a Cov throw. Why does it keep freezing? Fuck off. Thomas Asante with a 1-2 with De Silva following the throw, and it keeps freezing. Stop. Like the broadcast itself, like the screen, freezes. The audio doesn't. Harding puts out a play for another throw. Tackled by Kundal. Picks it up and gives it into the channel to Negley, who can run down the right hand side. Up against Grimes. Almost lost it, Negley, but manages to get hold of the ball. Gives it back to Kundal. Cross to Mazusako. All the way across to Brian. Now Marku, but Marku's flat footed. Van Eyck's on his toes, and Van Eyck gets there ahead of Marku. Not enough pace on the ball from Brian, and sat play for a Millwall throw. Billy Mitchell touches it down and then is fouled. It is a foul. Keeper plays it quickly. When the referee makes him go back. Which, to be fair, I would prefer, because it gives us a chance to put the ball in the box. Marco and Negley stood over it, and Marco moves away, and Negley's raised the hand, so it looks like Negley will be taking it. And it's cleared away at the front post, headed away as far as Mitchell. Goes back to Brian, first time pass back out to Negley on the left hand side. Tried to play it inside. It's blocked out for a throw. Pick on Millwall down the left hand side. Mitchell into Kundal. No, Negley touches it to Amarku. Lovely footwork from Amarku. Went for the shot from distance, but it's straight at the keeper. Hit with power, not the right accuracy. Straight at Rushworth, and he can collect it comfortably. Good footwork from Amarku to make some space though. I'd love to see more of that. Just a couple little touches away from 2 or 3 defenders. And this is from distance. I'm currently looking at a replay. I can hear fans shouting about something, but I can't see what it is because we're looking at replays of Amarku's shot. It was straight at the keeper. Coventry have a free kick. Cool. Did you get to see what happened? Nice one, Sky. Fucking knobheads. Yeah, every second half is just kicked off in the Champions League. And obviously the 8 o'clock Championship kickoff. We've got half hour to go. Looks like we might be able to get something. Maybe. Dortmund have made it 2-0. Corner Dortmund. Headed away by Ivanovic at the back post. Thomas Asante picks up against Amarku. Almost loses out with the footwork and is forced all the way back to now De Silva. Wide to, I think that's Sakamoto. Back to, I think that's Kitchen. I'm not entirely sure. Who knows? It might have been Allen, actually. Long ball from Rushworth. Kramer heads on, but it's away from Hadji Wright and into Bender's arms. First time pass from Brian, finds Van Eyck, slides it into Hadji Wright. Thomas Asante to his left. Good defending from Mazusako. And Harding can pick it up and launch it into the channel towards Ivanovic, but between Kitchen and Grimes. Managed to deal with it. Kundal's stolen it back though. Here's Mitchell. Cuts inside. Needs to melt Mitchell. Switches it to Amarku. It's a lovely ball. There we go. This is better. Amarku now. 1-on-1 with Sakamoto. Puts the ball in with his left and it's headed away. Negley rises, jumps, it's headed to the edge of the box. Mazusako! Wayward strike. Nowhere near the goal. Decent effort. Might as well go for it. Juve have equalised against Villarreal. Carney Chukwuemeka with the goal. Go on, boy. It's a good ball by Amarku. Headed away at the front post by Thomas. Negley had jumped with, I think that was Eccles. Femi Aziz has come back on. Has come on. He's back now. I don't know who he's come on for. I didn't get to see it. He was too busy looking at replays. There should be, like, if it's a missed chance, there should be just one fucking replay, maybe 2 if it's somewhat close. But for chances like that Amarku one earlier, and then that one, still no confirmation of who's gone off, by the way. Hadji Wright manages to get it. He's in the box. Pulls it across, it's deflected and put wide by Sakamoto. Moves to the front post. Tried to sneak it in at the front post, but got too much on it, if anything. Put it wide at the near post for a Millwall goal kick. So, if anything, I'm hoping that it's Negley that has come off. Because Negley's more of an attacking midfielder who likes to drift in. Aziz is more of an out-and-out winger. Still no confirmation on who's come off, by the way. I think it's Kundal. can see it. I can see it there now. I think it's Kundal. So it looks like Negley's moved into the 10, which actually I don't mind. I've always said Negley's more of a 10 than a winger. Obviously, Negley's playing on the right. As the corner is swung in now. It's headed away to the edge of the box. Shot comes in, and it's dribbled its way towards Brandon Thomas Asante. Couldn't get on there. Bender come out. I think Thomas Asante was offside anyway. Brian now down the left-hand side, forward for Amaku, but it's a poor pass. Once more, trying to rush it again. Ball touchdown with Sakamoto. Haji Wright sweeps it wide to the right, where Van Eyck is. Ball into the box. Haji Wright's head on. It's 2-0. No one picked him up in the middle. And Haji Wright doubles their lead. No, not 3-0. Wrap it up now. Just let's. I might as well turn it off now. We're not getting anything from this game. Questions of offside about the player on the far side, Van Eyck. It's a delicious ball in, but neither Kramer, Harding, nor Cooper was anywhere near. It was Kramer that was marking him. Kramer doesn't track the whole run. And you have to say, both goals are on Kramer there. And that's our third home loss of the season. Still unbeaten at home. Still unbeaten away. But our third loss of the season at home. Not much point really watching it anymore. Like, it's done. When we had our chances, we should have took them. And even then, they weren't really chances. They were half chances at best. Should have been better in possession. Just not good enough. And it's done. Not much more for me to say. Harding with a poor touch. Thomas Asante nicks it. Harding manages to tackle it back. It's a good tackle. Ivanovic with a nice touch. Negley can't get there though. Ball played out wide to Sakamoto. The last time I went to a home game against Coventry, or the only time I've been to a home game against Coventry, we lost the game 3-0. So let's hope history doesn't repeat itself. There's no fucking point, mate. Like, the most we can hope for is a draw, but I don't even think we can score one, let alone fucking two. I don't get it. We're just so shit. Oh, somehow found its way to Femi Aziz. Somehow. Goes for the shot and it's wide. Nowhere near. Said the last time we was at a game, Harry. The only time I've gone to Millwall Coventry at home, we lost the game 3-0 because you and Dad left early. The last time we played at home, we might have won 3-2, but I don't think we were 2-0 down. The last time we played at home was last season in December and we lost 1-0. Then the time before that, we lost 3-0 in November of 2023. You're thinking of the game in 2022, where we were 2-0 down after 28 minutes. They had a man sent off and we scored in the 36th, the 53rd and the 85th. The game was 2-2 by this point last time we come back from 2-0 down. I don't think we're going to come back from 2-0 down, Harry. I'll be completely honest with you, mate. I don't think we're going to fucking score. We lose this game 3-0. They're going to score in like the 91st minute when we're like, maybe we score one and then they'll make it 3-1. Fuck knows. But we ain't winning this fucking game. I don't think we even get a fucking point from this game. Not a fucking chance. Ball into Negley, poor touch. Millwall corner, poor touch from Negley. Yes, Negley is not as quick as Van Eyck, but poor touch. Could have held it up as he was coming across. Could have maybe tried to take it past him, but Negley couldn't sort his touch out. And there's gaps opening up in Coventry, but we just can't fucking exploit them. Nice one, Harry. Nice one, mate. Juve have taken the lead. Juve are now 2-1 up against Villarreal. Nice one, cheers. Keep lagging, thank you. Cov fan, but chose to watch the last night. Glad that I did. Articulate, honest, passionate. Cheers, Trevor, mate. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not a fucking idiot. Coventry are definitely the best team that we've played so far, hands down. On the paper, on the pitch, everything. Coventry rarely drop a stinker. They're one of two teams that haven't lost so far all season. We were always going to go in to the game thinking we're going to lose. As now, here we go. My stream froze. I refreshed it. It come back to a chance. And I don't know who it was, but someone just ballooned it over at the near post. But look, I'm not a fucking idiot. We know we're going to lose this game. You've got to go into this game thinking we're going to lose. As a fan. Hope for a draw. But after the first 20 minutes of the game, you start to have that hope. Like, oh my God, we can actually do something here. And then we go 1-0 down to the worst goal we've conceded so far. Actually, that probably goes to Sargent still. Bilbao just pulled one back against Dortmund. Rushworth goes long. But again, like, it's the manner of goals we concede is laughable. Like, look at that, man. Van Eyck's just completely miskicked it, and yet Coventry still have the fucking ball. Sakamoto came off for Kesler Hayden. Josh Wright came off for Ellis Sims. So maybe they won't score again. Thankfully. Taken off Wright. I'm going to refresh this. I feel like my audio's out of whack. And it was. Of course it was. Aziz inside to Mitchell. Can't wait for West Brom. We'll play West Brom and we'll fucking beat them. We're so fucking bipolar. No, you can't say West Harding's been poor. I'm not having this. I'm not having this. We ain't been able to do much. We've not been poor. We've not been good. It's another one of those where, again, stupid mistakes at the fucking back have cost us. Again. Amarku comes off for Langstaff. Mitchell comes off for Smallbone. And Leonard's coming on, so I think Harding's coming off. It is Harding, yeah. We have a free kick on the far side. It's whipped in. It's a poor one. It bounces all the way through somehow, and no one can get on the end of it. Oh, I'm fucking sick of it, man. Everyone in this fucking league gets a fucking break except us. I can't fucking explain it. That happens against anyone else and Coventry concede. Exactly, Harry. Like, it's a fucking joke, man. Anyone else scores. Literally every Oxford score there. Ball switched out wide to Leonard. Touches it down. It's not the best of touches. And Silva gets goal side. Puts it back up the line, but it finds Negley, who goes for the shot from distance. Fuck off. Fuck off! Stop shooting! Fuck's sake! Pass the fucking ball! It's a poor clearance from De Silva. It's got so much fucking space. Put it in the box. It's not fucking good enough again. Every fucking week. We say the same shit. It's not fucking good enough. The final balls, the final decisions, everything is piss poor. Every fucking week. Doesn't matter who plays, whether it's Aziz, Negley, Smallbone, Cundall, doesn't fucking matter. It's like every time that we step on a football pitch to play against another team, we just lose all kinds of IQ. We can do shit in training, we can do shit in fucking practice matches or whatever, but it's the moment we are scheduled to play another team, we turn into spastics. This is League 2 football at best. We've had the majority of the ball against a team who are currently second, maybe first. I haven't seen the table. They're second. We're playing second in the league, third before today. And we've had so many good chances to the point where I'm angry we're losing against second in the league. Surely that puts it into perspective for you lot. It's so bad. If Coventry played like this against other teams, play like this again, maybe not Sheffield United, but maybe like a QPR or a Charlton or a fucking Middlesbrough, they'll punish them. But we lose so many points from our own fucking decisions. We've improved our squad massively in every position except for right back. Cross comes into the box at the back post is Leonard. It's bouncing around. Rushworth has it. Fuck off. Like, there's no point being here. Like, you lot might as well just go to bed or some shit. Like, there's no point. Like, I'm surprised that anyone's still in the fucking ground, to be honest. It's the same fucking shit every fucking week. Same old fucking Millwall. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. It doesn't matter if we have the fucking dinosaur 4-4-2 fucking no-nonsense players like Cooper and Saville, or we have genuine quality in Mazusaka and Cundall. The moment they play for this shirt, we turn into fucking idiots. Almost from Crowe. Decent ball in, looking for Leonard. De Silva cut it out really well. It's not got out of play, and yet we're stopped. Cooper heads back. Bender picks it up, gives it to Mazusako. Now Smallbone. Negley with the switch, and it's in the different postcode. That's literally, there's not a, the ball's gone off the pitch, and not a single Millwall player was within 20 yards of where the ball ended up from his switch. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough. Like, everywhere on the pitch. It's not good enough. We've been undone by 2 defensive mistakes, but we can't ever get bailed out because the people at the top end of the pitch are just as fucking inept. We'll be lucky if we get 12th this year, playing like this. Honestly. This ain't good enough. Something has to change. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my finger on it. Because it always seems to be down to the players and not the manager. That's the thing, like, it's not nothing the manager's doing tactically that's the problem. It's down to the players deciding when to pass, who to pass to, how they're passing it, and when they're shooting, and they're always making... Every decision they make is wrong. Every fucking decision we've made so far today has been wrong. I can't fucking explain it. It's like Groundhog Day. Over and over and over and over and over again every fucking week. We might get the odd lucky goal like we did last week against Swansea. Or against Watford. We got bailed out by a goal that was headed by a 6'4", 6'5" striker from 2 yards out and he couldn't miss. And a free kick that the goalkeeper was positioned wrong from. (3-0). And it's Ellis Sims. When you're letting Ellis Sims score, you know you're washed. Ball came into the box. I told you it'd be 3-0, by the way. Ball came into the box. Keeper's come for it. It's headed over him to the back post. So free kicks come in. Bender's come for it. Sims has headed it on. It's headed onto the bar. It's come off the bar. And Sims has just tapped it in from literally less than a yard away. Robert, that ain't even it, mate. They've not even been good. That's the thing. We've not even made them look like Brazil. They don't even look as good as Brazil. They're shit. They've been shit the whole fucking game. They've done fuck all. They've done nothing in this game. But because we're just as bad, somehow they've scored 3 fucking goals. They don't even look like second in the league. We outplayed them for most of the game. And you knew it was coming. I said it. Look, I don't care that we're fucking losing to second in the league. But the manner of goals we're conceding, week in and week out, it's a fucking joke. It's piss poor. You don't get League One and League Two. National League teams don't concede the same goals that we do. It's laughable. Too many times we just switch off at the wrong moments. All the fucking time. There's been 1, maybe 2 goals where you can put your hands up and say that's been genuine quality. We've conceded 11. All 3 of the goals that they've scored tonight are completely fucking avoidable. I'd understand if they'd passed it around us like fucking Brazil and opened us up. But they haven't. We're just shit. Exactly. And that's the fucking thing. Like, it's a fucking joke. One moment in this game, one mistake has just completely derailed us to the point where we're now playing worse than some National League teams. I don't understand the fucking issues with these players, but all of them need a fucking punch. All of them. They all need a slap. Something to wake them up. Because too many times we go a goal down and we turn into a bunch of fucking mongs. That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, Finn. We've hit the post. We can't even, like... This is what I'm saying. We're playing well. You haven't been good. You haven't been good. We have just been shit. This isn't a 3-0 game. This is barely a 1-0 game. Had we not made the mistakes that we've made, and we were actually competent at our job, all over the pitch, it would be 0-0. Maybe you could say it would be 1-0 if Ivanovic sticks his leg up, but that's being nitpicky. I can't say we should be winning this game because we've not been good enough. Are you kidding me? The ball's just going across the 6-yard box. The keeper's made it say the ball straight at him, and it's fell for 2 Millwall players. Stood on the edge of the 6-yard box. Ball goes in behind. Lennon pulls it across. No, it's Coomer. It's flicked goalwards. And 2. It's the Ivanovic to that staff. It's fucking comical. It's comical. I've seen better people on Sunday fucking League. And between them both, neither of them can shoot. It's not fucking difficult. It's a joke. Honestly, I want to tell you, there's no point. There's no point. Harry, you can't say it's a 3-0 game. Tell me how they've deserved their goals. They haven't. If Palmer doesn't give the ball away, tracks his fucking man, and Bender doesn't come for that free kick goal, they don't score. Aaron, this is what I'm saying. You've not been good. We've just. It's 4. It's 4. It's 4. It's 4. It's 4-0. It's 4-0. And again, more poor defending. Ball slid along the box. It's cut back to the edge of the box. Trevor. When I say, yeah, the ball was going straight down the middle and Kramer's tried to block it and he's headed it in. Oh, it still says, I don't know why it says 2-0. I changed it to 3. But there you go. It's now 4-0. I don't know who scored it. I can't exactly see his shirt number. Harry, I'm going psychotic, mate. I've had enough of this shit every fucking week. Kesler Hayden. There we go. It was Kesler Hayden. It's just not fucking, like what more, like, where does it go from here? Like, where do we go from here? How the fuck? Langstaff cuts it back, can't find a Millwall player. Harry, how the fuck can you say this is even a 3-0 game? Let alone a 4-0 one? Again, if we wasn't shit and if we wasn't this fucking bad, we would be drawing this game 0-0. Most normal teams, Coventry play like this against Charlton or Middlesbrough, and they'll probably be losing at this point. Or at the very least, it would be 0-0. But I'm sorry, Harry, don't delete no comments. I don't give a fuck what he says. He can say what he wants. I'm not rattled because Coventry are beating us 4-0. I'm not rattled because we're losing 4-0 because Coventry are better than us. I'm not rattled by Coventry. I'm rattled by my own team. We're so fucking... Harry, stop deleting their comments, man. There's no fucking point. Allow it. Just allow it. It's like, let him say what he wants. I don't care. I don't care. Like, you have actual Col fans like Finn and Trevor in it, like, who can understand that while the game says 4-0, this probably should be a 0-0 game. Neither team have had any kind of clear-cut chances. We've not created well enough. Our final ball has not been good enough. This is what I'm saying, Finn. In the middle third, we're fucking good as gold. But as soon as we get to the final third of either side, cross comes in, and Ivanovic heads over from 6 yards. But the ball, no, Harry, this is what I'm saying. Like, the middle third, we've been alright. We have outplayed them at times, and again, had we had the right final ball, which we say every fucking week, we could have been winning at one point. We probably should have been winning before they scored. But again, because we are completely useless up and down the pitch, from keeper to striker, they've somehow scored 4 goals because we don't play as well as we could. Yeah, but the thing is, Finn, you say going forward's okay. We can't. Yeah, don't get me wrong, Aaron. Like, Millwall are a team that's known for having slow starts, and then after it's normally the turn of the year that it turns up. But why? Why the fuck have we got to wait till the turn of the new year? We started the season with a good performance against Norwich. We were good. We shouldn't have conceded. It was a freak goal, but we were good against Norwich, and we thoroughly deserved to win. We followed that up with the worst performance at home that I'd seen for 2 or 3 years against Middlesbrough. Why? Yes, Harry, this is the problem. Harry! We've been poor in the final third. The wrong passes, just because we put it across the 6-yard box, doesn't mean that that's the pass we should have fucking made. It's not fucking. It's, by the way, it's 4 minutes added on. I can't be asked. There's no point. This is the most 0-0 game that I've watched us play this season. Neither team have been good. And I literally said it, literally 2 seconds before Kramer gave the ball away, that teams like Coventry and Middlesbrough and teams at the top are going to punish you if you make any kind of mistakes. We're playing well. We need to carry on the way we're going, because at one point we're going to get it right and we're going to score. But we need to be defensively at the same time resilient. Defensively, we need to stay switched on. And after I'd said switched on, Kramer had given the ball away. Hadji Wright took it round the keeper and played it across to Thomas Asante took it round the keeper to play it across to Hadji Wright, and it was 1-0. And then since then, we've been shit. Or he's put a hopeful ball across the 6-yard box where our strikers aren't, rather than cut it back, which has happened at least twice in this game, where we should have cut the ball back and instead we've gone across the box. Smallbone on the edge is fouled. The referee gave the advantage because we shot from the edge of the box. Why would we shoot? Why would you shoot? Just take the fucking foul. Look, fair play to Coventry. They've done their job. They've taken their chances when they've come about. But this isn't This result is not on Coventry. This is on us. We've lost this game. Coventry haven't won it. This is completely on our defence and our attack. It's not good enough. It isn't. And if we're going to play like that every week, which seems to be a recurring theme, we were shit against Swansea, we were shit against Charlton, we were shit against Wrexham, shit against Borough, and we've been shit tonight. Something's got to change. You come to the Den and you're lucky to get 1 goal, maybe 2. You won't score, like you won't concede, I mean, but you won't score. Millwall over the years have always had the Den as that one place teams were scared of coming to. Defensively, we were always one of, if not the best in the league. Defensively. Every year. Always. Rarely do we concede more than 50 goals in a season. By the way we're going to concede 50 goals before the new year. We've always been poor in attack. Not since Gregory and Morrison in League One have we going to add a good strike partnership. Maybe begin like first season in the Championship. We've had one fluky season where we bottled playoffs on the last day to Blackburn, where Bradshaw scored the only time he scored more than 20 goals in a season. But you can see it there. The first 2 goals are on Kramer. I get it. He's been absolutely fucking brilliant for us. But at the same time, we're quick to point out Leonard. We're quick to point out Cooper and jump on Brian. You've got to do the same for Kramer. You cannot excuse that performance from him. At all. What the fuck he was doing with the first one, I don't know. And then the second one, just losing his man. Again, just not tracking the run. Got sucked in towards the ball, we got put past him, and Hadji Wright tapped home. Then the third goal is laughable. Bender comes for another set piece and is nowhere fucking near him. And is out-jumped by Ellis Sims. And then the header at the back post. I don't know who it was. I think it might be Kitchen or Thomas. It was one of them. You can't take injuries as an excuse because, I'm sorry, we were screaming for so long how we need a right back. And again, that result tonight is 1,000,000% on us not being able to defend rather than Coventry put it on us. I said it earlier. I said it earlier. We have to be defensively sound because Coventry have the quality that will punish you if you make even the slightest of mistakes. So when you make a pretty big fucking mistake, like Kramer did, of course they're going to score. The moment that Thomas Asante had it, part of me hopes that he kind of fucked it when he didn't just shoot. But no, managed to pull the ball across the 6-yard box where Hadji Wright was in and tapped home to an empty net. 4th goal. Again, shot came in and Kramer doesn't block it, just deflects it into the bottom corner. The ball was going straight at Bender. The shot was poor. Terrible shot that Kramer could have just left. Bender had it covered. It was straight at him. And it wasn't a hard shot. He wouldn't have parried it. He could have fucking caught it. Well, I mean, clearly fucking not. Again, our midfield was good tonight, but everything else was fucking abysmal. Mitchell and Mazusako, again, our two holding midfielders have been class, as they are every week. But it's like the two positions surrounding they're surrounded by 9 retards. We should have took the money for Ivanovic. We're fucked. He now won't go for anywhere near what we was being offered. With performances like we're showing, somehow, after 8 games, we're on 11 points. Somehow in the top half. Somehow. We've still got another 38 games to go. Sure. But we have the worst goal difference in the league by Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. A Sheffield Wednesday team who are under embargo and can't pay their players on time. And a Sheffield United who have just been abysmal all season. We have a worse defensive record than Oxford, Derby, Blackburn, and we're the only team in the top half of the table to have more than a -3. Obviously, that's being a bit disingenuous considering, but well, now that Aziz is back, maybe we do go for that because we have to. Because I'm sorry, I'm getting fucking sick of this Negley moving in moving in. Because then we're putting our right back as a right winger, and Negley's playing as a 10, and then we've got Kundal as a 10. So we're basically playing like a 3-5-2 almost when we're going forward. But because we didn't sign a right back, which we were screaming for the whole fucking summer, we've got Wes Harding and Ryan Leonard to attack down the right-hand side. Villarreal have equalised. Villarreal 2, Juve 2. Portsmouth 2, Watford 2, Norwich 0, West Brom 1. I think QPR Oxford are still 0-0. Dortmund have just made it 4-1. I just don't see where we can go from here. Yeah, it's still 0-0. Where do we go from here? Seriously. Like, let's look at our next 4 games in October are West Brom at home, QPR away, Stoke at home, and Leicester at home. At the start of the season, we said 6, 9, 10 points from our first 4 games, and we got 3, 6. Cool, we got 6 points, which is what we was kind of hoping for. We thought we'd beat Borough and Wrexham, maybe get a draw at Sheffield United and lose to Norwich, but probably lose to Sheffield United. Maybe. That was before that started. Now, if we were to go to... We got Charlton for the month of September. Charlton, Watford, Swansea. You'd have thought, maybe we draw with Charlton, beat Watford, and draw with Swansea. Which is what happened. Fair enough. Fair enough. So you'd look at this in October and say, draw with Coventry, beat West Brom, maybe draw with QPR, beat Stoke, and draw with Leicester. Now, after watching that, I think we lose all 5 games. Cheers, Trevor, mate. Trevor, we've played like that every fucking game. That's the thing. We've not been outclassed in every single game until we go 1-0 down. We'll have half chances where we might get lucky, like with the Swansea game. Charlton as well. Luckily, they had a man sent off. But we was on top just before that anyway. But still, the first half performance was really shit. Definitely the worst half of football I've watched us play before tonight. I think that second half might just top it. But then, Coventry at home in the Cup. Gives a fuck. It's the cup. Fuck it off. Sheffield United. Again, we were under the cosh for most of the game, but we got the early goal. But notice how every single time we score first, we win the game. In every game that we've scored first, this season, we've won. Millwall, Norwich, Sheffield United, Coventry in the Cup, and Charlton, Palace, Wrexham, Middlesbrough, Swansea, we all conceded first. Every time we've scored first, we've won. We haven't won a game where we've conceded first. That tells you everything you need to know. Whenever we score first, we win the game. Concede first, we don't win the game. Sometimes we might get a lucky draw against Swansea and Charlton, but more often than not, we lose. Well, obviously we lost to Palace, but penalty shootout, whatever. Make it make sense. It's the mentality. There, I've just pinpointed what's wrong there. You can't look at that, be told what I've just told you, and think that it's anything wrong to do with Alex Neil, or his tactics, or the way he plays. Because when we score first, we win the game. The Watford game, again, it was okay at best. Maybe could have done a little better if if that was a team like Coventry or even a team like Swansea or Stoke. Maybe they probably do score against us, but Watford don't. Sheffield United threw everything they could at us. Bender had a fucking blinder. Defensively, we were pretty good as well. Norwich, the only time I can comfortably look at a game that we've had this season and say, I'm happy with that performance. We played well, we deserve the win. And notice how it's the only time that we've had pretty much a full strength 11. Okay, substitute Tanganga for Kramer and put Leonard there. But I don't think the result changes. Maybe Kramer not being right mid. That's what I'm saying, Trevor. I literally, you can go back when this... I think you can actually go back even though I'm live. Go back to when you score. I'm literally in the middle of saying that we can score here. We need to carry on what we're doing, but we need to be wary at the back because Coventry have the quality to punish us. I don't even know if I got to finish what I said before they scored. But it's so obvious. In the midfield, we were so good. I think, like I said, it wasn't a 4-0 game. I think a 0-0 would have been fair. Coventry wasn't good. I don't think you lot were bad. I'm not saying you were terrible and deserved to lose. But you didn't. I don't think you really, either team deserved to win that game. I don't think it was a very quality game. You didn't offer much in terms of chances, but defensively you were solid. You let us have more of the ball, which we're not used to, which probably played in your favour in the end. But the fact that we're looking at a 4-0 game, look at all of this. Yeah, I know. It's funny because I can say it because Kramer's got the ball at the back. Kramer's been our best performing player so far this season, as you can see here. Kramer's been our best player by a fucking mile. And then he goes and does that. And then the second goal. And then the fourth goal. And he's earned himself, what was it, a 4.9? Didn't track his man for the second, gave the ball away for the first, and put it in his own net, even though technically the shot was on target. Put it in his own net, took it away from Bender for the fourth. Not the best of games for Kramer. Just got to dust himself down and go a fucking again. As does everyone. That's pretty much what that's all we can do. Is brush ourselves off, act like it didn't happen, go into the West Brom game and hopefully fucking smash them. But it's Millwall. We don't smash anyone. We've scored more than one goal in a single game once this year. And that was the opening day against Norwich. Once. 1-0, 1-1. Didn't score against Cov. 1-1, 1-1. Didn't score against Wrexham. Cup doesn't count. Sheffield United scored 1. Didn't score against Borough. Norwich. And for all the chances that we have, like, let's have a look. Middlesbrough. Actually, fuck it. Let me just go table. And let's look at XG. We've got an XG of 10. And an XG against of 10.5. So we've conceded more and scored less than what we've faced. When your midfield is the best part about your team, but defensively you're shocking, and attacking, offensively you're shocking, you're going to have a tough time. In terms of touches in the opponent's box, if I look at the Championship, can I do... how did I find it before? Oh, I found it somewhere before. I can't remember how. Is it just stats? Because I think there might be individual players' stats, not team stats. Oh, here we go. Teams. XG, we are, again, we were 12th, was it? Yeah, 12th. But before tonight, we were like, or before this week, we were like 5th or 6th. Or recently, we were as high as 5th or 6th. Accurate crosses per match, joint first. Touches in the opposition box, second behind Coventry. We have the most for fouls per match. If we go to big chances, we're 20th for big chances. Preston, Sheffield United, Derby and Swansea have created less big chances than we have. We've created less big chances than Oxford, Charlton and Portsmouth. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Like, corners. We're 9th for corners. We've had 40 corners, and we haven't scored from a single corner this year, I don't think. XG conceded. Where are we? 11th. Mid-table. Kind of. With 10.5 XG conceded. Yeah, we've fucking... yeah. We've created less big chances than Sheffield fucking Wednesday. A team that have put together a makeshift team because they can't pay their players. Clearances per match. Like, we're 11th, like mid-table again, level with Oxford for clearances per match. Which shows we're not under the cosh as much as teams like Wrexham, Sheffield Wednesday, Derby, Bristol, City, Watford, Swansea, West Brom, Hull, Preston and QPR are. Interceptions per match. Look, we have a high turnover rate. If we look at possession won in final third, 5th in terms of final third wins. We overturn teams higher, but then do fucking nothing with it. And our expected goals is down in 12th by Birmingham. Just above teams like Leicester, Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford, QPR, and West Brom, Birmingham. I wish I could see like just shots. Average possession in the league. This is our average possession. 48.3%. Coventry tonight gave us. If we go, I don't want to go there. I want to go back. Here we go. Coventry tonight gave us 63% of the ball. They let us have the ball. We had a 1.3 XG against them. We had 13 shots. Where is what I'm looking for? Oh, I need to click stats, I think. Yeah, here we go. We had 3 of our 13 shots on target. They only had 5 and scored 4 goals. Ellis Sims with a 1 expected goal. Haji Wright with a 1 expected goal. Haji Wright again. 0.5 expected goals. Kesler Hayden, 0.9. Obviously on target, which obviously they should hit the target from where they are. Come on. That's 3.4 of their 3.66 expected goals. That were specifically scored. They had 0.23, I think, if I worked it out properly. XG from 8 other from fucking 9 other shots. They didn't deserve a 4-0 win. They didn't even, in my opinion, deserve a win. 0-0 would have been a very, very fair scoreline. And I think the less facetious ones would agree that a 0-0 was probably the right scoreline for the way the game panned out. In terms of just the evenness between the teams. But because we can't defend and we can't put the ball in the net, we've always had a problem with putting the ball in the net. We could always defend. Now we've got a new fucking issue. That's keeping the ball out. The only player that was better than any of theirs was Negley and Billy Mitchell, who played better than De Silva. Vejnovic only got an 8.9 because of his 2 assists. Same with Haji Wright, only got an 8.5 because of his 2 goals. Rushworth, again, made the saves that he needed to when he needed to. Thomas Asante got the assist for their goal. That's why his thing's so high. But again, he did cause us problems at times, but I felt we dealt with him. Bobby Thomas, 7.6, again, because everything we threw at them, both Thomas and Kitching dealt with it. I was like, I don't know where we go from here. Is we go to we host West Brom, but we go into the West Brom game on Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. There'll be at least 19,000 in there. I don't know if it's sold out already or not. And hopefully, we put that performance right. Because if we play like that every week, which we've started to do, we could be looking at a relegation dogfight. I'm not even fucking joking. Watford are shit. Watford were shit. They were shit. And they are that if we hadn't won against Watford, they'd be our only win since August, where we played bottom of the league. And had Bender not played a blinder, we'd be looking at our first win since Norwich. we should be beating teams like Swansea. Maybe getting a draw against Cov, but a loss is a loss. We should be beating Charlton. We should be beating Wrexham. We should be beating Middlesbrough. Now we've got to have fourth in the table who have scored more than a goal a game and conceded less than a goal a game. And we've got to somehow go and beat them. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. And I don't even know if there will be a watch-along for it on Saturday. I don't know if I want to put myself through that. There's been no post-match reaction. That's probably just going to be part of this stream. But I've basically given my post-match thoughts here. But I've never been so dumbfounded by a game. How that was 4-0, I don't know. But what I do know is, if we defend like that, and we continue to fuck about at the top of the pitch, instead of putting the ball in the net, making the wrong decisions all the time, we're going to be in and around the bottom half for the whole season. I know Mills that normally start slow and then we click around about Boxing Day, New Year's time, and then we go on and have a strong finish to our season. I don't even think that that's going to happen this year. I don't think it will. At the moment, I know we've just lost 4-0, and it probably is the fact that we've just lost 4-0. But I can't see us finishing above 15th. I look at teams like Stoke and Oxford away, Preston at home, Portsmouth away, Sheffield Wednesday at home. And I'm thinking, like, where do we pick up points? Maybe a draw if we're lucky against Stoke. We lose to QPR, we lose to West Brom, we lose to Leicester, we lose to Oxford, we lose to Birmingham. Maybe a draw, hopefully, potentially could get a win against Preston. Maybe, but we lose to Portsmouth. We draw, maybe, against Sheffield Wednesday. Maybe we don't lose, maybe they're... I don't know. It depends on the context of the game at that point. But we lose to Southampton, Bristol City derby. We lose. Hull. We lose. Blackburn. It's Blackburn. We always lose to Blackburn. We definitely lose to Ipswich. Bristol City are going to be around the top 6. We're going to lose to them. Same with Southampton. New Year's Day, Southampton at St Mary's. Yeah, we'd lost that one. Swansea at home. Maybe we could get another draw. Maybe win. Watford or wank. So we're going to draw that one. Coventry 6-0, Millwall Charlton. We never lose to Charlton at least. Some things never change, so a 0-0 draw. Sheffield United 1-1 maybe. A 1-0 loss to Wrexham. Lose to Sheffield Wednesday. Draw with Portsmouth. Lose to Birmingham. Lose to Preston. Lose to Hull. Draw with Derby. Draw with Blackburn. Lose to Ipswich. Lose to Middlesbrough. Draw with Norwich. Lose to West Brom, maybe draw with QPR, lose to Stoke, and then lose to Leicester. And then we're looking at Oxford on the final day, and we probably need a win to stay up if we're not already down with the results I've just given. But you cannot tell me that that's not going to happen when, how the fuck do you know what's going to happen when you look at performances like that weren't necessarily, the same with the Middlesbrough one, it wasn't necessarily a bad performance. Completely. Certain players just did the wrong things and we capitulated. Same with Middlesbrough. We went 1-0 down and we turned to shit. Same with Wrexham. Wrexham didn't do fuck all. We were on top for a little bit of the game. Then one mistake from Bender. They score. Again, another mistake from one of our players. We go a goal down. We turn to shit. Should have equalised, but Nisbet is a Scottish useless cunt. Swansea. Again, if it wasn't for a literal tap-in by Coburn, we would have lost that game 1-0 because we were shit afterwards. Same with Charlton. We were lucky that Bangura Williams has some sort of quality. Who still can't even make the fucking team. You can. 1,000,000% at times point a finger at Alex Neil when in our game against Charlton, it took Bangura Williams, he had a disallowed goal and then scored. It took a neggly free kick, but let's be honest, if the keeper positions himself properly, and like Rushworth today, facing that free kick that Negley scored, would have jumped across and caught the fucking ball. But again, Bangura Williams can't get into the team. Same with Zach Sturridge, still playing Joe Bryan. Caleb Taylor. Which, Caleb Taylor is fair fucking enough. Cooper and Kramer have been pretty decent this season, except today Kramer decided to turn into a spastic. He didn't even look League 2 level. That wasn't even Sunday League level. That was youth football levels of defending. I've refereed for 14-year-olds that know not to fucking do that. And I promise you, please, if you haven't seen the goals or any of the highlights, go and fucking watch them. Because I'm not exaggerating when I say how bad it is. It's comical. Our starting 11 for the game against West Brom, in my opinion, should be Bender in goal. We desperately need Janssen back. Unfortunately, Harding or Leonard. I don't think Harding had that bad of a game. I thought he was solid. Again, every time that they attacked, they normally came down our right-hand side. So, I would go Harding, Kramer, Cooper, Bryan, maybe Zach Sturridge, in my opinion, probably should come in. But I feel like a bit of experience is needed against West Brom, which I would have said about Coventry tonight, and here we are. But again, Mitchell or Mazzucco, again, I think Mazzucco, I don't think he deserved a 6.0 here. He definitely didn't deserve a 6.0 to me. I thought he had a solid game defensively. Didn't really get forward much and do much. So I think he deserves a higher rating. But in my opinion, I think we should go with Luongo, should he not be injured. I don't know if he is. But Mitchell, Luongo, Amaku, Aziz, Kundle or Negley. I think Kundle, in my opinion. Maybe even Smallbone. I think I'd rather Smallbone and Ivanovic up front. Or maybe go back to the 4-4-2 and put Langstaff with Ivanovic. If you have to, I don't care. But Ballo should be playing in games like this. Bangura Williams should be playing in games like this. And unfortunately, all of these are still injured. I'm not entirely sure when they'll be back. Jensen and Denor, I think, are both back in training. So hopefully they'll be back soon. Bender didn't have the best of games, but even still wasn't the worst rate player, which just shows how bad Kramer's performance today was. But we move on to West Brom on Saturday. I've had enough of talking about this. I've got a headache. I'm stressed. If we play like that again, then we'll get battered again. That's the long and the short of it. We have to cut this fucking shit out before we spiral. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you all on Saturday, hopefully, for the game against West Brom, if I haven't offed myself by then. I swear to God, if I look at Alex Neil's fucking post-match and he says like someone's picked up enough